Mesachas Soita Daf Tes Zayin. The Mishnah before Daf Tes Vav and Beis, the Mishnah discusses the Seder and that the Kohen is Mashka the Meisoita. And the Mishnah says that the Kohen would bring a Pili Shel Cheres and you put into the Pili Chatzi Lug Mayim Min Akiyar. Eine Biskarov that declares if this halacha that the Kohen has to put into the Kli Cheres mayim from the kiyar, is it specifically from the kiyar? Rashi's mashma, the nekuda on that he has to take mayim from the kiyar is because it has to be mayim that was niskadish nikli shareis. However, the targum is mashma that's specifically from the kiyar. Ein the Rishash and oida choyim the amayich and the shaylo, and the Brisker proves a very interesting point that be'emes he need mayim kedoshim for the hashkos meisoito, but for the actual hashkos meisoito, you can't be mekadesh the mayim for the hashkos soito, because since the hashkos soito is not a dova hanikra v'gabi mizbeach, it's not a dova hakorev, it's not a dova hakodesh, so therefore it doesn't pass to mekadesh the mayim for the Ashkoi Soita. So therefore, specifically, you have to take Mayim that was Niskadish in the Kiyur, not specifically for the Ashkoi Soita, but it has already a Kedusha on the Mayim, and use that Mayim HaKodesh for the Ashkoi Soita. And the Biskrov proves further at the Emes, at the time, the Hashkos Soita is Afgo on the Kedusha that was already Chal in the Mayim previously, because it's Mavur in the Rambam that if the Soita says that she's Tmeya and she's not holding by drinking the Mei Soita, the water gets spilled out. And the reason why it gets spilled out is because there's no Kedusha, and because you started the process of Hashkos Soita, that's a Hafko and a stira to the Kedusha Samayim. And the Briskrov proves further, like this Yisoid, that this Hashkos Soita is a steer to Kedusha Samayim. From that's Mavur in the Yishalmi, that the Yishalmi declares if there's a psul dina on the Mayim of Meisoita, and what's the suffix of the Yishalmi? Since this water was already in the Scottish Bekli, what's it said that it shouldn't be a psulino? Salkorchuch, the beer is canal, that since this water was used for Meisoita, so the Hafko and a steer to the Kedusha Samayim. Ein the Sefer Gvuras Yitzchak and Yitzchak Sorotzkin Shlita that asks on the Biskrov, and that's Mavur in the Miri, that the reason why the Mayim of Soita is Nishpochim is because the whole Kedusha was for the Hashko, and it's like Nasis Mitzvason, and it's not Mashma that Hashko Soita is a steer the Kedusha Samayim, rather it's considered Nasis Mitzvason, but Ayin Chom. More for the Mishnah says that the Kohen was Nichnas Lahechol Uponin Liyaminoi. Mokum Hoyisham Amal Amo. Ein the stencils from the Biskarov that brings from a barrel that asks. That's Mavur in the Gemara that the reason why he's poned liyamina is because kol pinish at the poina ain't el liyamin, and the barrel says it's mashma even though there's no din bia, nevertheless there's alocha of lo yehei el biyamin, and the barrel asks. It's very hard to understand the reason why he's poned liyamin is because that's where this tavla that was amal was that he had to take off, and it's not because of kolpinis at the point in later. So Beryl says the answer is that the reason why that they made the tavla be a min is because kolpinis at the point of later, and the side that the din is because of kolpinis and not because the tavla happened to be a min. Moving further on, I understand stencils from the Biskarov that the Brisker asked, and that's Mavur the Kohen at the time of Hashkos Soita took the tile from the floor of the Heichel up. How could it be that the tile on the floor of the Heichel was not connected and he was able to take it up because it had a handle on it? It's Mavur and Chaim and Sefer in Hilchas Beis HaBechira on that if it was Nekar, one of the stones of the Ritzpah Apostle, it's not the Pshat, because Kilkul HaRitzpah, rather the understanding is because the Kedusha of the Beis HaMikdash is specifically b'mechober, and since this Evan got detached, didn't have Kedushas Beis HaMikdash, because the Kedushas Beis Hamikdash is a Kedushas Mokoim, Hamokim Ashayivchon, and if it's detached, it doesn't have Kedushas Beis Hamikdash, so the Beskrova asks, if that's the case, then it's very hard to understand this Mishnah, because it's Mavur that this Evan that was in the Heichel wasn't connected, and the Kohen was able to take it off to get dirt, Vashkos Meisaito. So therefore, wouldn't have Kedushas Beis Hamikdash, and the Pesach says it's a deichik to mechalik, that over here it's in the Heichel, and the Rambam is referring to if the Evan got detached specifically from the Azara. And the parentheses and the stencils that says that Be'emes was attached to the ground, and he was able to detach it. On the Ikar or of the Biskarov, because it could be over here, since that was the derech, and that was what was needed for the Heichel to have a brick in the Heichel that was able to get disconnected for Ashkar Soito. So therefore it has a locha of Mechubal Karka, because it's bottle to the ground of the Heichel, similar to what's Mavur in Mavura. In Sukkah Daftala, they have offer. If you have ground on the bottom of a Sukkah, if you have Teven, it's bottle to the Sukkah. And so it's Mavur, even something that's not connected, it could be in this bottle and become part of the Karka. So similarly over here also, since that was part of the tzura of the Beis Hamikdash to have a tile that was able to be taken out for Ashkar Soita, therefore it's considered like it's part of the Beis Hamikdash. However, and the Rambam is referring to a stone that got broken off, that's not in this bottle, has to get fixed, and therefore it's considered that's not part of the karka of the Azara. Moving from on, the Gemara says, B'shloishim Mekaymis, Ha'alocha Ikeves HaMikra, the Torah says, B'tar, V'alocha B'chol Davar, even if a nozis Megaleach, Bein Bezug, Bein B'tar, Bein Shesifse Kolshu, he gets Malkus. And Rashi asked that why is it considered that the halacha is not like the mikra? The halacha is just adding on to what the Torah asks in Beferish. And Rashi says the answer is because it's considered a keres, because you malkin the nozir. If he gets a haircut even without a tar, and you can't give malchus to somebody bechinam, so that's considered a keres, the mikra. I'm the Sefer Mincha Chareva that asked, it's very hard to understand this Rashi. Why is it different than many times that you find that Chazal give Malkus Mardis, Chazal could give Malkus Mardis, even though you can't give Malkus to someone Bechinam. So why is it different over here that the halach is not specifically Betar, and they add it on even without a tar? And he brings many rayas that when Chazal give Malkus Mardis, it's not an Akira of Dover Torah, it's about some Hutam Mechlolo. And the Mincha Chareva says that could be that's the Pshan when Rashi at the end doesn't like this Mahalach. I understand if Paris Taina, the answer is this kasha that it could be Makas Mardis is different because Makas Mardis is not B'Toras Oynish, rather the Geder Makas Mardis is you forcing him to Mekayim Devei Chazal, so therefore it's not Nichlal in the regular header to give Malkus. It's Sorach in what the Paris Taina is answering, because the fact that it's not a Oynish and it's machriach, the person, the mekabel devei Chazal, makes the kasha shverer, because it's vulnerable b'cholon and ksubis. And Kavitzaris mentioned this shir in ksubis taflamet beis, that Chonon says a tremendous yisoid. He asks, and that's mvur in the Gemara. In ksubis I mentioned before, that chayv v'chaveris hut b'chlaloi bebezdin, and he says, why specifically in Bezdin, even Ava Makas B'noi Rava Roides Talmida, and Chonon says that Ava Makas B'noi, since it's a tzorich of tikun on lahaba, it's not included in the ikar isser of chayil b'chaveiroi. And Chonon Kavitzaris is ma'irich more that any isser b'don l'chaveiroi, if it's the tzorich, then it's not included in the ikar isser. So here also, if Makas Mardis is not B'Toras Oynish, rather machriach him to Mekabel Divrei Chazal, then Adarabah, it shouldn't be B'chlal the Isser, but it could be the opposite of the Paris Teino, that over here the Malkus is Kein Tar, and the same way Tar has Malkus Deraisa Huadin. Misperayim has like Makis the rice, which is Ke'ena Oynish, and it's not Lachriach, the person to Mekabel de Chazal. Therefore, there's a Makam to Dan that's included in Ikabal Toisif, Vitzorchi, and Oidvazet. Moving from on, I say from Mincha Charev and other Achronim that ask a tremendous kash on that is from Vu in the Mizrochi, that Midiraiso, you can Mekayim, Mitzvahs Achilo, with a Kolshu, and that they need a Kazayas Vachilas Matzo, is not Midiraiso, so therefore it should be considered and included in this halacha of halacha keves es hamikro. And why does the Gemara not mention achilas matzah? And Mincha Chareva brings from the Sefer Meludi Hashem that learns Yemekayim a miktzas mitzvah even if you're less than a shir of a kazayas achilas matzah. So therefore, the shir kazayas is not being seisur entirely the deraisa of achila bekolshu. Same way, by Yisurim, the since is a Issa Chatzi Shir, it's not considered being Oiked, the Issim Derais entirely, and the Mincha Charevo says another teretz, and he says it's Volik Tenach Sefer, that by Shiurim, the shear is taich in what's considered an achilo, and it's being magdir what's considered an achilo. So therefore, it's not considered a contradiction to the mikra, just a clarification in the mikra. However, that's mavu and the sugis over here is a new din that it's oikeres hamikra v'ayin sham.